Hey, how's everybody doing? It is Wednesday. It is 12 noon. I am here, Deborah Porter with Mom's Mentoring Circle, where we support at-home moms with strategies and systems to help them stay organized in their home, with their children, in their own lives, so that they can then go forward and really go after their own goals, dreams, and desires. So today, I just want to make sure we are up and running and there are no technical issues as much as possible. But today we're going to be talking about how to avoid mom burnout. I've got 5 points, but I just want to welcome you. Hey, Kathy, how are you? I know that school is starting in most places by now. I think a few states may wait until after Labor Day, but I know school is starting. And so as we're starting the new school year, I really want us to try to get ahead of some of the stressors and the burnout and the overwhelm that we deal with as moms. So welcome. Happy to have you. I am coming off of celebrating my 55th birthday on Monday. And, you know, it's just always really good to get a happy birthday thinking about you text or posts from people. And so I just really appreciate everybody who took the time to do that. And if you are an August baby, happy birthday to you. But I want to go ahead and dive right in. I'm not going to be before you long because the days of summer are fleeting. And so I want to get out there and enjoy some of it today as well. So burnout, I want to read a definition, Webster's definition of what burnout is, or at least one of the definitions. This is definition 2 of burnout. Exhaustion of physical and emotional strength or motivation, usually as a result of prolonged stress or frustration. Let me read that again. This is the definition of burnout. Exhaustion of physical and emotional strength or motivation, usually as a result of prolonged stress or frustration. And as moms, I think if we're being honest, we have or are feeling like that at any given moment. So I'm gonna get you to tap into 5 things that if you do this now, if you do this on the front end, you can really avoid some of the stressors that kind of come along with the beginning of the school year, getting everybody where they need to be. I mean, that's just beginning. If you've got more than one child and that each child is involved in even 2 things, it can really create some additional stress that we can manage. We can manage it. So we've talked about the definition of burnout. I'm going to talk about 5 ways to avoid mom burnout. And so the first one I want to highlight is finding your support system, or some people call it your tribe, finding your tribe. And these really are the people that have your back no matter what. These are the moms that you can call at the drop of a dime and say, you know what, I'm not going to be able to pick them up. Can you grab my kid when you get yours? These are the people that you can call so that at a moment's notice, they can be there for you and you for them as well. It goes both ways. And sometimes we have to step outside of our comfort zone to find those people. We don't always find them where we think we will. They don't always show up in the ways that we anticipate. And so when you're thinking about that, I want you to step outside of what's normal for you maybe. Perhaps you've never gone to a mom's group. Perhaps you've never gone to a playgroup situation where a bunch of kids are at an organized kind of play setup. Perhaps you've never just, you and your kid, gone to a park by yourself. That's not in your neighborhood, that's not in your backyard, but just somewhere where other moms and other kids are gathering. I want you to think about stepping outside of what is your norm, because you never know where that support system may be hanging out or where they might be. So we want to talk about getting our tribe, and I want you to realize that your tribe is not always going to be in the places that you think. That's point number 1. Point number 2, avoid the naysayers, right? People like to say haters. I don't like to really say haters because I really don't think it's that deep. I really don't think people are hating on each other. But avoid the naysayers. And these are the people that always focus on the negative. And let me just, in full disclosure right now, I'm kind of one of those people. I'm kind of one of those people that has always struggled with seeing the glass half full. Like I can look at a situation and see, okay, well, this could go right, but all these things could go wrong. And, you know, the older I get, the more aware I get, the more I'm realizing, and because the people that are around me love me, are willing to call me on it when I do it, which is necessary. But Kathy says, great tip. Oh, I'm glad, Kathy, that you're finding some value in it. But try to avoid the naysayers. And let me say this, if you are a naysayer, allow people in your life to call you on it. Allow people in your life to let you know, ask people in your life, you know what, pull my coattail when I do that, please. I'm really trying to be more aware of that. I'm really trying to be less of that. So please help me with that. But if you are that, or if you have those kinds of people around you that are not willing to change, that are not willing to make adjustments, maybe they should not be in your immediate circle, right? Maybe they're not the ones that you call when you're in a bind, or when you need some help, or when you're feeling a certain type of way. Because in those moments, what you need is some encouragement. What you need is some people to rally around you and cheer you on. So the first point was find your tribe. The second point is avoid the naysayers, or the haters, as people like to say. Number 3 is don't neglect you. Now, we talk about this a lot in different aspects, and I just really need you to be aware. Hey, Sylvia, I just need you to really be aware that neglecting yourself, playing the martyr, does really not help anybody. Putting everybody before you really does not help anybody. And I'm not talking about putting yourself first from a selfish perspective. I'm really talking about not neglecting yourself from the same perspective that the airline, when you're on the airlines, how they will let you know, please put on your own oxygen mask first before you help someone else. There's a reason for that. There's a reason for I can't help you with your oxygen if I'm already passed out because I'm depleted of oxygen. So there is a real principle in making sure that you are full of oxygen, right? Make sure that you're full, that you've not been completely neglected, because when we serve from a place of empty, what happens is we tend to be very curt, very easily irritable and irritated, very quick to lash out. But if we're in a place where we've not been neglected, where we've taken the time to pour into ourselves, and for everybody that looks different, you know, the things that pour into you and make you feel nourished and make you feel full will be different from me. But what I'm talking about here is don't neglect that. Whatever that is, don't neglect that. So point number 1 was find your support system or your tribe. Number 2 is avoid the naysayers. And when I say that, I'm really saying the naysayers being in your immediate circle may not be the best thing. Point number 3 was don't neglect you. Kathy says need cheerleaders. Yeah, we all need cheerleaders. We all need people to tell us, girl, come on, we got this. You got this. You can do this. I got you. How can I help you? How do I support you? And getting a text like that from a friend is like water on a dry garden. You know, just getting a text from someone saying, thinking about you, how can I support you? What you got going on right now? And if and when you get that text, have a reply. Don't always say, oh, nothing, I'm good. No, you're not. Come on now. We all need support in some area. So when people reach out to you to offer that assistance, be the person that's able to receive it. Point number 4 is be aware of your response when stressed. We each kind of have these grooves that we've worked into our lives, right? These things that we do almost out of habit. We don't even think about it anymore. It's a knee-jerk response or reaction to something. So I need you to really begin to think about and be more aware of how you are responding when you're stressed. For some of us, we will go into denial. Some will worry. Some will become irritable. Some will withdraw. And the point of this exercise for you and for me is because we can't change what we don't acknowledge. So we all have a response to stress. We all have a way we respond to stress. I tend to get really busy, just doing busy stuff. I tend to withdraw. And so in those moments, I'm able to now say, okay, you're stressed because you're withdrawing. Okay, you're running around doing stuff. You've cleaned the kitchen counter now 5 times. It's no longer dirty. What's going on? So begin to be aware of how you respond to stress, because once you're aware, you then are in a place where you can handle it differently. And in handling it, you're confronting it head on, as opposed to through this passive aggressive way of trying to handle and manage stress. And the 5th point is maintain your identity outside of motherhood. It's the last point, and we've talked about this a lot too. Look, we're all good at something. We all enjoy doing something. We all find joy or benefit in doing something. Who's to say, and why has it been said, that all of that has to be pushed to the side, the back burner, or completely off the stove because we've now become a mother? And what I want to encourage you to do is those things that you enjoy, those things that you are good at, those things that you find pleasure in doing, somebody still needs that, right? If you're a writer, why do you have to stop doing that? If you are great at administration, I guarantee you your local school would love to have you there as a volunteer or even part-time staff. For several years after our kids were older, I was a substitute. I would substitute in the classroom, but they also had substitutes that they needed for the school office. So if you're that person that says, do not put me in a classroom full of children, they could probably use you in the school office. And the great thing about substituting is you can say yes or no. It's not like you're on a schedule and you have to be there every day. When they call you, when that computer calls you, you can simply hit 1 for yes or 2 for no. So think about, what is it that I enjoy doing? What do I want to do? What have I always enjoyed doing? And why, because I'm a mom, do those things no longer have a place in my life? All right, so we're talking about 5 things. I'm just going to go over it real quickly. How to avoid mom burnout. Find your support system, your tribe. Avoid the naysayers. And when I say avoid, really I'm saying about as far as in your inner circle. It's very difficult to have people in your inner circle that don't have your back. It's very difficult to have people in your inner circle that aren't for you. Number 3 was don't neglect you. It's not selfish, Mom. It's not selfish. Number 4 is be aware of what your response is when you are stressed, so that you can then, because you're aware of it, make a change. And number 5 is maintain your identity outside of motherhood. Maintain your friendships. Maintain those connections. Yes, you're a mom, but there are times when you should be able to go out with your girlfriends, have fun, laugh and talk, and not have to talk about the kids all the time. Hey, Sylvia. Sylvia says, awesome information. Don't lose yourself. Yep. Sylvia, you and I could sit over a cup of tea right now and talk about that for probably hours, just that one point alone. And so on the other side of this now, right, I have adult children now, and I'm aware of some things that worked really well, and I'm aware of some things that didn't work so well. But I will say this, not losing yourself in the role of motherhood is important, because guess what? They grow up and leave. They're not going to need the hands-on mothering that we've provided for all these years. They're not going to need that throughout their lives. So the idea of being a mother is a title we wear. It's a hat that we wear. It is not the only hat that we wear. So find your tribe, moms. Find your tribes. Keep the naysayers at bay. Don't neglect yourself. Be aware of how you respond to stress. Hey, Chatone. And maintain your identity. Someone still needs those skills and those things that you're really good at, that you enjoy doing. They don't all have to be put on the back burner. So I hope you guys are enjoying these last few days of summer. That's all I've got for you today. I would love to hear how this has maybe got your juices flowing a little, got you thinking a little bit. I would love for you to put these things in place so that before mom burnout hits, you're able to kind of address it and have some systems and some strategies in place. That's what we do at Mom's Mentoring Circle. We're going to give you some systems and some strategies so that you can combat the things that are up ahead. Let's see, Kathy says, so true. Sylvia said, even Jesus had to get alone sometime. Come on, Sylvia, preach now. Chatone says, maintain your identity. That is so good. Chatone also says, I caught the tail end, but I'll catch the replay. Thank you, Chatone. I so appreciate that. All right, so you guys leave me some feedback. Let me know what you think about this one. And here's the thing. You know that Mom's Mentoring Circle is here to support you. And I trust that these moments that we're together on Wednesdays are providing value for you, giving you some ideas, getting you thinking. But for each of us, our own situation is very specific and very different. And we're here to help you carve out, talk about, hash out, strategize on what specific systems and strategies are going to be helpful and beneficial in your home for you and for your family. Chatone says, homeschool is started, and I'm already stressed a bit. Hey, Chatone, you already have the systems. I know you do. I know you do, because you share them so well for the rest of us. So as we share those, we can't forget to, be the doctor that takes our own medicine. Be a good patient. All right. So thank you guys so much. I'm going to leave a link here. If you know that, it's the start of the school year, I'm not even going to wait for things to get out of control. I want to go ahead and get my systems and my strategies in place right now. I want to start this school year different than I did last year and the year before. I'm going to leave a link here. You click it, you get on my calendar, and let's spend 30 minutes free of charge, my gift, and really talk about what do you need in place this school year. This school year can look completely different than all the others. I'm so glad y'all joined. I look forward to connecting with you. Look for the link. I'll put it up in just a moment. Have a great day, everybody. Bye.